Oof. That's a bad guy he beat too. Broke him down. Ooh.
Culminating with Moses' performance against a guy who's never ever been stopped. Tough guy. Caught him with a good shot as well. Caught him on the whiskers. And he was very, when you look, he's just turned 21 and you look at his composure, his professionalism, and how he went about his job. It just broke him down. And the shots he stopped him with at the end, they were just phenomenal.
Did you expect the fight to go like that?
I did. But yeah, it was good. Good test up until...
Mike Tyson didn't hold back when reacting to Moses Itauma's brutal knockout of Jermaine Franklin, calling the young heavyweight scary.
Then Manny Pacquiao was blue like that. Just as good.
He looks like a f***ing pop star.
Oh, wait till he get on these motherfuckers.
The most efficient hunting machine in all of boxing.
From the opening bell, Moses Itauma came out aggressive, using his speed and sharp combinations to overwhelm Jermaine Franklin, who struggled to match the pace. Itauma controlled the early rounds, repeatedly forcing Franklin backward and landing clean, damaging shots.
Out the 989 assassin, Jermaine Franklin, in round 5. It was brutal, it was hard, he even gave him a little slip punch after the knockout.
Mike Coppinger praised the performance on social media, writing, "What a knockout." A blistering left uppercut sends Jermaine Franklin face first to the canvas in round 5. Itauma is impossible to overhype right now. Franklin later admitted he abandoned his original strategy, getting drawn into exchanges that allowed Itauma to dictate the fight and land the decisive blows.
Like, I got a little bit away from the coach's game plan. I got caught with a punch. I got dropped. I feel like I could have got up, but they stopped the fight.
Where do you feel you go from here?
I mean, the sky's the limit. Like, I've never been a quitter, so just back to the drawing board, got to change some shit up.
Fabio Wardley gave a blunt reaction to the knockout, highlighting just how dangerous Itauma looked. He also supported the referee's stoppage, emphasizing that Franklin was clearly hurt and needed protection.
Destructive knockout, what did you make of it?
Yeah, look, fantastic performance. Fantastic performance. Won every round, beat them apart, up, down, mixed it up. Body, head, just showed everything we knew, but with a little bit more on top as well. And then obviously got the clean finish. Single punch knockout finish. No one else has been able to do that to Jermaine Franklin.
Did you expect the fight to go like that?
Yeah, to be honest, I predicted round 6.
Yeah.
I said 6-7 is what I said, because I knew Franklin was a tough man. You're gonna have to wear him a bit and break him down and wear him through and do a bit more with him. So yeah, it went pretty much how I had it.
And what do you make of Moses' general performance? You know, he got tagged a couple times. What do you make of it?
Yeah, look, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. You're not going to swim without getting wet, and that comes with stepping up the levels, and that's what tonight was about. It was about stepping up to a higher level, showing if he can compete and he...
Wardley stressed that in moments like that, fighter safety must come first, even over pride, adding that it's the referee's responsibility to step in when necessary.
Where do you think Moses Itauma ranks in the heavyweight division?
Look, he's up there with some of the best. He's up there with some of the best. He's ranked number 1 with the WBA and WBO for a reason. He is up there with the top boys.
Do you think that he could win a world title? You know, obviously, you've got one yourself. Do you think he can win one within 2026?
Look, yes, but boxing's a funny game. It's political. There's landscapes. There's certain ways. There's certain ways you have to manoeuvre to get there to a world title shot. But yeah, look, if the opportunity was put in front of him to fight for a world title, then yeah, I definitely think he would.
Aside from yourself, do you think there's anyone in the heavyweight division that can beat Moses?
Sorry?
Aside from yourself, do you think there's anyone who you think can beat Moses?
I think the only real question mark lies around Alexander Usyk. That's one to be seen, one we don't know. But aside from that, again, along the rides, I think if he gets the right growth, the right type of fight.
Boxing content creator Hamid shared a ringside perspective, noting that if Itauma can replicate this level against top contenders like Filip Hrgovic, it would be extremely impressive. He pointed out Franklin's durability but praised Itauma's vicious uppercut that ended the fight in round 5. Promoter Frank Warren also expressed strong praise, suggesting the young heavyweight is on the verge of something special.
Another sold-out Queensbury show, another Moses Itauma knockout. This is just Queensbury, right?
It is. I mean, you know, this roller coaster we're on, it's not gone up. It's going, we're flying at the moment, and it was just a fabulous night. Great concept, the Magnificent Seven. Great fights all the way through, culminating with Moses' performance against the guy who's never.
Warren revealed plans to keep Itauma active, with another fight expected soon as the heavyweight division continues to shift around world titles.
In just a sec, I just want to speak about you for a moment and your mindset going into this fight, this campaign, since this fight was signed. You know that you've got a great fighter on your hands here, but at the same time, you've got to manage him, you've got to go through his career properly. And you put fighters like this and you think, he could give him a test, take him the distance, and he could make it a horrible, ugly fight, and maybe Moses doesn't. But you've got to put him through that. Leading up to this, how did you feel coming up towards fight night, confidence-wise, that Moses wouldn't just win but shine?
I've got a lot of belief in him, and I believe that, you know, we're good at his matchmaking. You know, we're good bringing, you know, youngsters through, young fighters in their career, and it was good matchmaking, and I felt that, you know, the speed that he's got, you know, the punch power he's got, and he's got a good boxing brain, and I think people underestimate that, and he showed that tonight.
He added that with belts potentially becoming vacant or mandatories being called, Itauma could find himself fighting for a world title as early as 2026.
As I say, and showed a lot of professionalism in the way he went about his job, and done it in style. You can't do it no better than the way it ends.
We can talk superlatives in the ring of Moses Itauma all night. I was impressed watching him here in the press conference because he speaks like I didn't speak like that when I was 21, Frank.
Sure, isn't he? He's got a good head on his shoulder. He's very articulate. He's sensible. He doesn't. He's not boastful. He's quite respectful about boxing and the people boxing. He doesn't have to shout and, you know, make a noise to be seen. He does what he has to do in the ring, where he gets paid to do it, and the rest of it is just. I don't think even, you know, if he had his way, I don't think he'd even do press conferences. That's not the way he is. But you know, he's a joy to work with.
Daniel Dubois reacted calmly but respectfully, acknowledging Itauma's power and precision. While impressed, he hinted that he'd be ready to face that challenge himself.
Boxing Daniel Dubois, Moses Itauma just knocked out Jermaine Franklin. What did you make of that?
Yeah, what a shot. Yeah, put that together well.
A lot of people expected the fight to end in the first 3 rounds. It went a little bit longer. What did you make of Moses in the first half of the fight?
Coming on well. I mean, yeah, interesting.
You've got a big fight yourself. Fabio Wardley had a face-off. How's training been going for that?
Perfect. Been going really well. I'm excited. I can't wait.
And you know, when you were young, obviously you've proved a lot in the heavyweight division. You've won the world title. Moses Itauma is highly touted, just like you were. Do you see similarities in yourself?
Yeah, he's on his path, and he's looking good.
Do you think your paths could ever collide?
Eventually, I think anything can happen. So, but I've got to take care of business first.
Do you see any weaknesses in Itauma's game?
I'm not going to give him away if I do.
Daniel, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Alexander Usyk, known for his technical brilliance, also praised Itauma, calling him a strong and mature young fighter inside the ring.
Moses Itauma, I think he's a great fighter. The young, 20 years, yeah?
20.
Yeah, 20 years. I think Itauma have...
Former world champion Amir Khan spoke highly of Itauma, saying the young heavyweight has a bright future. He highlighted Itauma's fearlessness against bigger, more experienced opponents and believes that mindset sets him apart from many prospects.
Getting hurt, so big respect to Itauma. I mean, he knew that he can get him out, and he got him out straight away. I mean, I think no one expected it to finish that quick.
Speed kills, as you know.
Speed kills, and he had but not only the speed, he had the power with that, and the accuracy was on point. But I think it just shows how strong Itauma is and how powerful he is. He's a big threat in heavyweight boxing.
Do you know what's frightening?
What?
He's 20 years old.
He's not in that, bro. That's baby. He's a baby in the sport still, and he's only gonna get bigger, stronger, and he's going to mature. So you know what? I think he's got a bright future in front of him. I'm sure he's going to keep on training hard, working hard, and yeah, man, I think he's got a great future ahead of him, man. I can't.
Itauma's team emphasized his dedication to learning the sport beyond physical training. He studies elite fighters and classic bouts, focusing on movement, timing, and strategy. This intellectual approach gives him an edge rarely seen at just 21 years old.
Biggest comparison I would say is how Mike Tyson loved the game, would always study fighters of the past, etc. Moses has that same love for it.
Does he?
Yeah, like we'll send him his sparring at 2 a.m. He'll be texting us clips like, is this more what you want?
He's a student.
Yeah, he absolutely loves it. And that's that, along with his maturity at his age.
Very composed, isn't he? Very composed.
That is what is allowing him to achieve what he's achieving at such a young age.
Yep.
Because there's lots of talented fighters out there, but not many that
can execute it on it.
His coach revealed that even in brutal -15°C winter conditions, Itauma never missed a run, pushing through intense 1,000-meter hill sessions. That level of discipline and obsession is what separates future champions from the rest.
At the time, I didn't have my running shoes. I wore my uncle's trainers, and I didn't really have no running clothes, and I wore his work clothes. Yeah, it's quite hard because it's also like 1,000 meter altitude, which makes it even harder with the snow, the altitude. And I actually slipped on this run as well because it's icy.
It's very honest of you to say. And what temperature would you say this was?
I think it was like -15.
Boxing analysts have been overwhelmingly impressed, describing Itauma as more than just a promising prospect. At 21, he's already showing speed, precision, and ring IQ beyond his years, qualities that point toward future world championship success.
All of those guys are their own characters. Moses was recently presenting an award at the MOBO Awards. I think the PR stuff is really coming on very well. We've got to remember he is just 20 years old. What was Anthony Joshua doing at 20 years old? You know, what was Tyson Fury doing at 20 years old? I don't think he was necessarily holding court at presses like that or going on Graham Norton. This is a young man with a long career. He's going to win a lot of belts and he's going to make a lot.
Legendary trainer Teddy Atlas offered a balanced perspective. While recognizing Itauma's potential, he stressed the importance of facing top-tier opponents and continuing to develop his skills. Power alone isn't enough, experience and growth are key to becoming a true champion.
Concentrate on his career. Concentrate on what you're doing, forming him, developing him as the best fighter he can be. Not just a puncher, but a complete fighter. Not just a meteor across the sky that's streaking right now, but a planet. Someone with staying power, someone that can have longevity, with substance, and that comes with experience. That comes with fighting better guys. It's time to start now. You got everyone's attention. Now you got to start fighting the kind of guys that will make you that planet. That when your day comes, when the moment comes, and it's coming, but when it comes, you'll be ready. The most important questions are for the fighter himself. Can he depend on himself? Do I belong? When I get to that next level, can I feel sure that I belong, that I'm ready, that I can sniff that rarefied air and I won't faint from it? That's a big part of developing a fighter, that the fighter knows that they can depend on themselves, that they're ready for the moments that are coming. And that only comes from fighting increasingly better. You do it the right way. You do it properly. You don't do it in a rush. You don't do it where you make mistakes. But you gradually increase the competition with durable guys. I like to do it with durable guys who if you do falter a little bit, they're not.
Spencer Oliver noted that fans have only seen a glimpse of Itauma's potential. He believes the real test will come against seasoned fighters like Dillian Whyte, which would reveal whether Itauma is truly world-class.
Time the kid steps up. Look, we're talking about someone here who I believe is a super talent, not if he wins a world heavyweight title, but when he wins a world heavyweight title. And fortunately for Moses Itauma, he has the right man behind him in Frank Warren, because he knows how to guide the careers and take the right fights at the right time. And they feel that this is the right timing now for Dillian Whyte, who's not looked particularly good in his last couple of fights, but we know that he's heavy-handed and we know that he'll come and give it everything, because he knows it's last chance saloon for him. He needs the victory here. So, look, We find out just how good Moses Itauma is, I think, on the 16th of August when he boxes Dillian Whyte, because I think he wins it and wins it in style. But everyone they put in front of him so far is just dismantled. I think this kid's going to go on and win a world title, and it could be as soon as 12 months.
Following the knockout, Itauma remained composed, showing respect for Franklin's toughness. He stated that he executed his game plan perfectly and made it clear he's focused on bigger challenges ahead.
Game plan, and it just happened. Like I said, we've drilled something for so long, and like I said, I'd rather be 100% mentally and only 80% or 70% physically than the other way around. Mind games. Mind games. So we've come, like we're here, innit? We're here. I don't know what to say, honestly. I'm appreciative. I'm appreciative. Like I said, when obviously my mum decided to obviously come to the UK, and like there was a period of time I stopped boxing, I realised that my mum made so many sacrifices, like I've got to follow through with this.
What do you think about Moses Itauma's devastating knockout and rising hype? Is he the next big heavyweight star, or does he need tougher tests first? Share your thoughts below. Like it. Comment it. Subscribe to Fight Vault Boxing Glow.